an unbreakable faith in the Lord. I know without a doubt, 100%, that the Lord, our God, is real and He does exist. Ain't nothing that could ever happen that could take that away from me. And not make me deny it either. I give up my life for it because I know it's true, I know it's real. So I just thought I'd share that right at the beginning this time. So that's with this channel, for anybody that hasn't watched it yet. It's me sharing me, and hope that's the best way I know how to share God or my faith. It's just by being me and talking on this camera until I get used to it more. It was real slow going when I first made myself get in front of the camera. Because I tried it numerous times before on my other channel, and I would just seize up. I'd be like, not know what to say. So since I started this channel, I knew I had to do it. It was just I felt I had to. I'm supposed to. So that's how this channel came into existence. When I could feel it that I was supposed to do it, it's like this name and everything came all at once, and it's kind of stuck in my head. And the reason I named it "My Church Is Your Church" is because I don't know if it's Greek or whatever. Mikasa Sukasa, which is my castle is your castle. It's like it's my home is your home. My church is your church. My karate master, every time I was around him, he was a huge influence in my life, but he always let me know that his house is my house. Once we bonded and stuff, I was an equal to him. He treated me as himself. God, I can cry just thinking about it. How wonderful. He'd tell me no matter where he was, I was always welcome. And he never turned from that. I was always welcome with him no matter where he was, what he was doing. Even if he was staying at somebody else's place, I was welcome there. And he let them people know that. They might not even let them know. By them knowing him, they just knew it. That whoever he had that bond with, they were welcome where he was. I know it was the same for all his children. And I'm glad that he accepted me as another one of his children, basically. We were just really good buddies, best friends, and he was like a father to me, and I was like a son to him. And I was like a best friend to him. And I like to think in some aspects, I was fortunate enough to be a little bit of a mentor to him as he was to me, because we shared each other's experiences. There's things I experienced that he didn't experience, but there was a lot more he experienced that I didn't experience, because he's older and had a lot of wisdom that I was willing to soak up as a dry sponge, of being the water of knowledge or whatever. So that's why my church is your church. It's just like that, I come to his house, he'd joke with me too. He'd be like, you're thirsty, look at the fridge, grab something to drink. If you're hungry, make a sandwich or something. Bread's in the cupboard. If you can't find it, look in the other cupboard. Help yourself. And he says, so like I said, go to the fridge. But he'd say, if there's only one pop left, you better leave it. And a funny story, which I think I've told in one of my other videos, but I'll tell it again because it's a funny story. I did caretaking and maintenance at this townhouse complex in White Bear Lake, I think it's considered there. Yeah, White Bear Lake, Minnesota. And really nice townhouse. Not back. I'll tell some more stories about that time because there's some fun stories there too. I had a nice pond outside my back patio door, and I'd gotten to know my karate master pretty good, and I don't know if he was in between places to stay or something, and he was gonna head down south to Texas and with his brother Bob or something like that. Go check out down there. Because winter was coming, I figured he had a van at the time. I think he had a van, and he was thinking about heading down to Texas in that van. Figured he'd just stay in that van or whatever and visit his brother Bob. I was in my 20s then, I think. Don't quote me on that. It could have been in my 30s. I met him when I was about 25, I want to say, or something. I'm not going to think real hard on that right now. But I just told him I was enjoying his company so much and learning from him so much. I didn't want him to go, you know. I mean, I wanted to learn more from him. I wanted him to be around. I didn't want him to go away. Ever since I met him, I was like that the rest of my life with him. I never want him to go away. I want him to always be in my life. He meant a lot to me. But I told him, I said, well, I got the townhouse. I said, you don't have to go to Texas. Come stay with me in the townhouse. You know? I said, I ain't charged. I wasn't meant to charge him nothing. I just said, hey, come stay with me. I said, you know, although the only thing I can tell you is I can't always promise that we'll have a working phone. I can't always promise there'll be food in the cupboards. But while I'm there, caretaking and doing maintenance, you can stay in this townhouse with me. As long as I've got it, you can stay there with me. Just like he treated me. Wherever I am, he could be, you know, him doing the same thing. So he stayed with me at the townhouse for a while. And I think he sold that van. And I can't remember if he had the van at the townhouse or if he ended up with a pickup truck. I can't remember what he was driving. And for a while, I think he was without it, because then he started riding around with me. Yeah, he must have sold his vehicle to get some money or something. And I just would hop my Trans Am and run around. That's right, I had a Trans Am. One of those cool guys. I had a couple Trans Ams. That one was an older one. I had a newer one first, then I got an older one. That one has like a 81 with the shaker hood in it, you know, the old, kind of Smokey and the Bandit style from the first two movies, I think. Kind of all over the map again. But now it all started out about my church is your church. But yeah, that's it. I forget what I was going to tell you about. The story about the townhouses again now and staying with me there. Yeah, I can't remember. I had a story I was going to go into there. There are some fun stories from there. Got a lot of learning in there for martial arts. Because once he started living with me, he's a martial arts master in the Hall of Fame. So, and I had already started training for him and cutting trees with him and all that stuff. So everything was training. We even cut trees. I didn't realize that till later. But even cutting trees was training. Because, like one time, here we go on a different story. One time, and I didn't realize this was all training till later on. Later on in life, I was able to look back at it and understand that it was part of training. And we dropped all these pine trees and stuff and cut all the brush off them, all the tree limbs off them. And then the tree trunk itself, we cut into like these 6 or 8 foot sections. Because the homeowner just wanted it done cheaper. They didn't want to pay to get rid of all the wood and stuff, so they just said we could stack all the wood and just throw it over the hill at the place, as long as we get it out of their yard pretty nice. You know, whatever he negotiated with them for what we do. And when they cut these tree trunks into 6, 8 foot sections, he says to me, because he's still got more trees to cut and stuff, you know, I'm already pulling all the brush out of there and stacking it. That we were going to do, we were going to have the brush all chipped up and hauled off, but the big wood we were going to toss aside. And now, a lot of times you probably cut that into, you know, corded wood and throw it off to the side. But apparently, these people didn't care if it was corded or not. And little did I know, but it was a good training opportunity for me to build me up. And on 6, 8 foot sections, he's like, yeah, take these logs and stack them over there. Well, I'm looking at these logs and looking at over there, which is quite a ways. And it's quite a ways over there, and then there's a hill that drops off. So over there, down the hill, you know, throw them down the hill. It doesn't matter if they're stacked neatly or over the hill. And I'm thinking, they're awfully big. So I go to pick up the littlest one from the top of the tree, which is too big for me to pick, too heavy for me to pick up. So I go to pick it up on the end, and I'll flip it over and just start end overing it to get it to where I gotta go. As soon as I pick up that little one, he says, "What are you doing?" He says, "Take the big ones first. It'll make you appreciate the lighter ones." So I did what he told me. Started with the big ones. I'd have to lift them up end over end, boom. Lift it up end over end, boom. And I just had to kind of walk each tree log to its destination and flip it down the hill. And he was right. Moving them heavy ones was first. First was the smart idea. Because at least they got a little, even though I was getting tired, I was still able to keep doing them. Had I done it the other way and done the easy ones first, by the time I got to the big ones, I don't know if I would have had the energy in me to keep going. I don't know if that's a psychological thing or what, but yeah, he was right. Yeah. And then later on, I realized that was part of building me up because of the way I had to lift the trees and push them up, you know, built in my movement, you know, for moving, punching, striking, you know, because I had to pick the tree up like this, you know, push it up, you know, so that helps with the strike, you know. Yeah, a lot of things he did that were training. One time, I started getting mad at him then too, because I didn't realize I was in training. I know I was cutting trees with him. He was paying me for cutting trees with him, you know. But I made good money doing it. But I didn't realize how much it was really training. And oh boy, I was getting so frustrated with him. But he was doing it on purpose. I know he was. One time, and I didn't realize this till later now in this story. He has all these logs. This time he cut them into corded wood. You know, we're going to be getting rid of them. We're bringing a whole load to the dump where we're going to dump all the logs, the brush, everything, you know. And since we're going to the dump, well, it doesn't make sense to pay for a chipper truck to chip the brush because we're going to the dump anyway. So we'll make more money if we just get rid of the brush and all the wood and everything together. So we're piling it in this big truck. So he tells me to take all these logs from the tree we had dropped, and he wants me to start throwing them in a big truck. So I'm doing that, and he goes up this other tree in front of the front yard that has a flower garden around it with all these beautiful flowers and stuff in it. So, you know, he's careful stepping in there because he doesn't want to wreck the customer's flowers. He's getting ready to cut this branch that's going to drop, but he don't want the flowers to get damaged. And I'm doing what he told me to get the logs in the truck. And yeah, I'm not whooped. I've been throwing these logs and working all day already, hauling brush and logs, and the hot sun cooking on you. And I'm like on my way with a big heavy log in my arms to the truck, and he starts cutting through this branch, and he hollers at me, "What are you doing? Get over here and catch this branch. And don't let those flowers get damaged." And he hollered it. I mean, he barked it like it was an order. Like, you better hurry up, because he started already cutting through the branch. So I knew just by the way he barked it and everything, this was very time sensitive. So I get only halfway to the truck because I know I don't have time to go all the way to the truck and catch that branch because he's already cutting through it, that tree limb. And it was a big tree limb too. He was smart. He knew what I could handle. It wasn't too big for me to handle, but it was big enough. And so I get halfway to that truck, and I just, with all my might, launch that log like a basketball aiming for that truck. It made it, which I targeted well. And I turned out an instinct here, and I was going to go down the hill. What time is it? I gotta go down the hill because the lady that runs the campground, I haven't seen her in a while, and I want to go give her a hug and say hi to her because she's really awesome people. So anyway, sorry to get out of that story again. So yeah, he's barking at me. "What are you doing? Get over here and catch this branch, and don't let these flowers get damaged." So I run towards the truck, I pick up my speed, and I just launch this log. And as I launch it, I see that it's on track to go in the truck. It's like my mind knew it was going to make it. So as I launched it, I'm already turning around to run to catch this branch. And I just run as fast as I can. As I'm getting there, I think again he must have said, "Don't wreck those flowers," or something like that. So pretty, isn't it? Hope we can see the prettiness here. So I'm running into this flower garden under the tree, and I'm like watching where I'm stepping to step in between stuff. As he's still cutting right through this branch, I get into position, which I was in like what would be considered a front stance, you know, to brace myself for the impact because this big branch is coming. And I got there just in time as the branch is coming down. Boom! I catch this big branch in my arms, and he starts laughing. You know, I love that man, but at the time I wasn't feeling love on him. I was mad. I was frustrated, boy. And oh, I don't see your car here. Oh. Well, I'm gonna have to take a picture and send it to her and let her know I came by to say hi. I hope she's all right. So yeah, and then I caught the branch and didn't damage the flowers. That's the end of that story. I got some more to tell you, but it's a long video. This is where we're gonna end it. God bless you. Thanks for watching, and